Afternoon, folks, or morning, depending on where you are. Who have we got? Hey, Ghost Salt. Hey, Vinco. Hey, Short Circuit. Hey, Johnny. So there's been a bit of discussion about this challenge happening just kind of in the Discord server over the last few minutes, mostly because I mentioned I might take some requests for modules today. I didn't have anything specific in mind. So I guess just to catch people up who are not watching this live. Oh, nice. Welcome to the stream, Short Circuit. Nice to have you. So yeah, things that have been being talked about behind the scenes is I've mentioned again that I'm rolling the bomb for a serial formatted specifically as letter, number, letter, number. Hey, Cool Doom. Because it has lots of benefits, actually. The main reason for me was light cycle. Light cycle, let's actually get some video up and show the light cycle manual page. Hi, everyone. So let's get up light cycle here. This has been mentioned before, so you may be aware, but because I'm going to roll for a serial with letter, number, letter, number, it turns out that with light cycle, oh, that's interesting. They've actually changed the name at the top. I didn't know that. I'm not going to need every serial character pair that I'm looking up on this lookup table is going to be a number cross-referenced with a letter, which means any square that's a letter and a letter is irrelevant, and any square that's a number with a number is also irrelevant, which means huge chunks of this table can just go away. Everything from here to here to here to here, everything inside this square is irrelevant. I can't nicely highlight that, but there you go, because I can only do 4 rows and 4 columns, but everything in between these in this rectangle I don't need. And again, anything in this rectangle here I also don't need. So this can all be disregarded, which leaves me with roughly, I think, 40% of the table left. It's only the things outside of these boxes. So all of a sudden it doesn't look that bad. But I'm realizing that there's other benefits to this as well. I had battleships in mind. It guarantees 3 radars from the serial. And I was also considering, it's only a small thing, but perspective pegs is guaranteed to only have 1 letter pair to calculate, not 2. But it was also mentioned in the Discord that this helps with point of order, which is nice. I only have to remember 1 of 4 table rows because I know my serial, the serial format. And also, I considered that this actually also hugely cuts down on the information required for safety safe as well, because I know which of the 6 positions will be letters and which will be numbers. So I guess I can remember, I think will it work out to be exactly half of that table that I have to remember? So yeah, that's the first thing I wanted to mention today. Hey Grey Death, hey Pseudo. Some modules that people mentioned, I'm gonna ask for suggestions in this chat. Probably, because I've had some suggestions in Discord, but I don't know if those people are watching. So we'll go from chat. Maze and Who's on First was mentioned. Who's on First I wouldn't mind taking a look at, because it lets me do 2 modules, because it directly maps to third base as well. Broken Buttons hasn't been done, but that one I think I will save. Logic has been done. Simon Screams is a warm-up. Simon Screams is no warm-up. Simon Screams is a long one. It's a potential one. But yeah, Short Circuit asks for Shapeshift. Shapeshift I would be tempted to look at. Simon States I could be tempted to look at. I think Shapeshift was one of the first suggestions I got via Discord. It was that and Zoo as well, although the person who suggested Zoo, I don't know if they're actually here. So Shapeshift I may take a look at. It's going to be an interesting one, because I'm probably not going to remember Shapeshift in the format that it's written. Oops. We're probably going to want to redraw this flowchart. And I'm wondering whether even redrawing the flowchart is the wrong way to go. I may need some help trying to work this out, but hey, Captain. Do more schematics today. Maybe. I've had a few suggestions already. We'll see. Fill up beer. I might do that one. That's a tough one, though. That could take a while. Hey, Benjamin. So I'm wondering whether there's not this could be done not even as a flowchart per se. Each of these. No, maybe not. I was going to say maybe you could just give each shape a score based on its inputs, and to actually just work out which things would get yeses and look at those and see when they double up. But no's are equally as important as yeses in the module, so I guess a flowchart is going to end up being necessary. We probably want to do some untangling work on this, because visualizing that is nasty. Might be, I don't know whether it's maybe worth looking at where like small closed loops are. So let's see. So this can go to here, which can go to here, which can go to here, which goes back to that. So there are some loops that are quite small. I don't know whether this could be remembered as loops that then interconnect. I don't know, Shapeshift feels like there could be a few ways of reorganizing this information more nicely. But at the moment, I'm not quite sure what I think is best. There is an optimized version. Oh, that's a fair point. Someone else may have already done the work for me. Used by those familiar with the original manual. Find your starting shape in the left column. Yeah, this is probably a better way of remembering this. It's also written in shape order, which is nice. That's completely alphabetical, right? It is. That's really nice. Remembering the list of things that I've already been to, there's going to be some trick to that. I think this is the way to go. This manual page looks workable. And before we start actually trying to learn this as well, I'm not 100% how I want to go forwards with the progress bombs, because what I've been doing up to now in streams is starting or ending, or usually both, with a bomb that contains one of every module that I can do so far. But obviously as we go along, this is just going to expand and expand, and it's going to get to the point where progress bombs are taking up at least half the time of a normal Centurion, which is a huge, huge time sink, especially on things that I don't necessarily need to practice as much as I'm practicing. So I think what I may do, instead of running a full bomb containing everything I know so far, is to maybe, or no in quotes, some of the stuff definitely needs revision, but instead of that, would actually be to just run, I don't know, like a 10 module bomb or something at the start of streams, that just is randomly going to contain some of the things that I know so far. The other thing I could start off with is, and I don't know if this is as exciting really, but I've been making flashcards of some of, or as much as I can of the stuff that I need to memorize for the Centurion. And I could actually just do like a flashcard set and see how I get on with that. Hey Velia, hey G-Freak. So that's another option. I don't know if what would you guys rather see that I did is try and do some flashcards of stuff, or just run like a couple of random modules from my profile, a bit of both. I'm not really sure which way to go. Maybe I should just make a second profile with things that I feel less confident with on, and just run those. But this is the other thing I can do. I've got a deck here with things to learn, and I can test myself on those as well. So yeah, what would people want to see? Flashcards or bombs? What's also slightly annoying about the practice bombs, hey Physics Fox, hey Jake, is I guess I probably should actually start re-rolling for the serial condition that I'm after. But like I have to change my clock to Friday every time I want to practice cheap checkout. The serial is often not correct for the modules that rely on it. I guess I'm just going to have to start re-rolling for that stuff. Matthew Henner says flashcards. All right. Yeah, so there's also definitely some modules right now that I feel like I know I don't remember all of it. The ones that I did on the previous stream, I may not have spent enough time committing them. They don't feel very solid. I know I was quite tired on the last Centurion solo stream. But skewed slots and plumbing and silly, actually, I think all three of those don't feel done. Soon normal mode? Yeah, I guess I will leave normal mode until I'm actually doing attempts. I don't know. The problem with doing bombs that only have a small section of the modules that I want to do as well is, for example, if I rely on using like a Minesweeper grid to flag a chessboard, I might not roll a bomb that has both on it. I might get a chessboard that I can't record on a Minesweeper grid or something like that. That's a new thing, actually. I don't think that's been discussed on stream. Someone pointed out that flagging on a Minesweeper grid is good information in coding, which is a great idea. It could be used for coordinates. It could be some Minesweeper. It may get used for silly slots. I think it might be an improvement on plumbing. Just remembering numbers by just flagging a certain number of boxes. Minesweeper actually seems really good for information retention. Captain has donated $1. Thank you very much, Captain. What was your name before that? I'm trying to remember. It was Kermit, wasn't it? But yeah, thank you for the donation, Captain. That's very nice. From Captain Kermit. So I guess let's just try running some flashcards. Is this going to give me 75 of them? I don't know if I'll do all 75 on stream. That seems quite long. But we'll see how quickly we can get through some of these. So GB, KC, BTH, CG, GTHTE, CV, EC, 03 is TK, I think. VT is a TC. Bitmap's rule 8 would be if there is a 3x3 square, it's the x coordinate of the middle square. 3 is RTH, which is KV, I think. Balloon. Balloon is used if you have more than 105 on pressure when... no, I'm getting that confused with bellows. Balloon you use if not fighting an eagle. Oh, I don't know if I remember this one. Or sorry, and. If not fighting an eagle, and. I think if gravity is more than... if gravity is less than 9.4, or if pressure is greater than 110, I think those numbers are very wrong. Oh no, they're very close actually, but not quite right. So I'm gonna put that into my wrong pile. So gravity is less than 9.3. So it's the same gravity start point as ticket, except obviously it goes the other way. They both require a gravity of 9.2 or less or more depending. So not fighting an eagle, gravity is less than 9.2 or pressure is more than 110. Okay. So that one will come up again shortly. Zodiac order for astrology. I'm just going to show this and shut my eyes so people can follow along. Is that up? Yeah. So it should be Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Wizard stats are 105. 84 is BR. VE? That one I'm not confident on. Hey Dev. Good, okay. Then that's rule 3. If there are more black quadrants than white quadrants, it's the number of black quadrants. Okay. Use Weird Alpha Zodiac order. I don't know the song for that, sorry. A 1 is is it DK or BK? It's oil, and it's either black or dark. I think it's dark. DK? Cool. Balloon, because I got it wrong. If you're not fighting an eagle, then it's gravity being less than 9.3 or pressure being greater than 110. Okay. Goblin stats are 0. I want to say 032, that doesn't sound right. Zero 032, 023? I'm going to say 032. Okay. TN. GT? VS. GP? I'll go until this hits 50. Astrology, so the third character of the third line of the second paragraph would be used hail puff. Peanut butter is exactly $4? $5, fuck. Orientation cube first rule. First rule is if there's an R in the cereal, then it's, I'll show and follow along. R in the cereal would be C and then CC, and then LC and then LCC. Base 98 is NB? No, N98 is NB, it's VK. RO PB? Astrology 22, second line of the second paragraph would be Mornpry Fleek. Thug? THG? VB? BO? Easy? And we'll do this as the last one. ON is DT. Cool, okay. So that's what I've got going on at the minute to try and help learn certain things. I'll be adding as much as I can to that. Certain things don't really fit a flashcard format very well, so I'll probably learn just like my keypad grid without flashcards and a few other things. Switches, it's probably going to be a pretty easy one. I think it's easy enough that I'm going to leave switches for my list of nice modules to do when I'm feeling down with this challenge. Because I just know that's going to happen at some point. And having some modules like broken buttons or like switches, like translated button, just to pick me back up, that will be nice. So we're going to look at shapeshift. These two columns are very nicely organized for me. They're just alphabetical and numerical. Isn't really much of a pattern here, so to speak. There's no serial port condition, that's interesting. We've got, I think, everything else, right? DVI, parallel, RJ, PS2, RCA. Just no serial. Okay, so number one. Last. So we've got odd serial and 5-7. We're gonna do words for these numbers. It would be SV. Which is just save or something like that. 5-7 is also a pistol. I guess it probably would be sensible to do like letter number translation for this. Hey Morelli. Do I have a sense of how long it might be before I even start making attempts? Not really. Months. I think that's all I can really say. I said to someone that 3 months was optimistic, 6 months was somewhere between realistic and pessimistic. But I don't really know. That would be my guess. Somewhere between 3 to 6. Which is already not very specific, but yeah, I don't know. got one as odd serial. And save. Or 5-7, what's more available? No, maybe a 5-7. We certainly are, really. So odd serial. Second condition is a lit MSA. Where are the lits and unlits? Is there a pattern to those? There's 3 of each. I suppose that's kind of nice. And any of them? I suppose you could remember them by... So the lit ones, like the first letter spell miss. You've got M-I-S-S. Lit miss almost sounds like little miss, like the Mr. Moon. Who are the little miss characters in Mr. Moon? Little Miss Sunshine, Little Miss Neat. So lit miss is kind of a nice way to remember which indicators should be lit or unlit. If they're part of the word miss, then they're lit. Which means that I don't really need to remember whether they're lit or unlit now, I just need to remember the actual letters. And is there a nice pattern to those? Not really. These first 4 do have A, B, C, and D in them. Square button won't be too bad at all. When we did the, was it the Minotaurian or the Praetorian? I think it was the Minotaurian. I learned to solo the square button. That one doesn't take too long. It's just a couple of rules, really. So MSA, BOB, CAR, IND, and then SND SIG. And an FRQ at the end. It's an FRQ because it is at the end of a queue of indicators. Scripting, the module scripting, that's not on the Centurion. Dalmatians is also not on here. That would be gross. Dalmatians and scripting are both way newer than the Centurion. Neither of those are even on the Praetorian. I don't even think either of them are in the first 200. I'm pretty sure we looked at what would be on the 200, and it just looks not doable. But I think I'd remember if Dalmatians or scripting were on there. You know, that one with 3 buttons? I imagine that describes a lot of modules. Oh, do you mean web design? Web design shouldn't be too bad. Web design is also just a small list of rules, relatively speaking. That should be fine. And if it goes badly, I can YOLO it. Web design's one that I will almost certainly do near the end of the bomb. Because if you do get it wrong, you can just retry it. There's only 3 possible solutions. No, scripting's newer than Dalmatians, I think. So I think there is some pattern to the indicators to remembering them. You've got the lits on miss. You've got A, B, C, D at the start. FRQ is at the end of a queue. I feel like it's all nice things to help remember it. So you've got rule 2 is a lit MSA. You've got rule 4 as an unlit BOB. You've got rule 5 as an unlit car. You've got rule 6 as a lit IND. I'm not sure what the numbers are, but a couple down you've got, I think is it 9 and 10? You've got as a lit SND and a lit SIG. Are they 9 and 10? Yeah, they are. And then, is it 13? Yeah. 13 is the unlit FRQ. So that's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, and 13 are done. I need the numbers though. So Mike SA. We got L, R, and S. Colored squares and co. Yeah, it's only colored squares that's on the Centurion. That's gonna be. It's a fairly big table. That's gonna take a while. Hey, Jared. Yeah, the Minotaurian has some of, or maybe all of the neighboring colored squares modules. I think the Praetorian might have uncolored on it. Maybe. Ordered Keys is way newer than Centurion. Way newer. That's hundreds of modules newer than Centurion. $14.5, 5.7, $14.5. So rule 3 is the one that's not an indicator. That's right. Rule 3 is a DVI. It's 1014. There is some weird patterning going on in these first rules about like doubling numbers. You start with 5-7, you double the 7 to get 14-5, you double the 5 to get 10-14. And then again with these next two, you start with 15-6 and then you double the 6 to get 12. So I don't even know if I want to translate those. I might just try and remember it as doubling a number each time. Catch you later, Matthew. Bitwise hasn't been done yet. It shouldn't be too bad, but a couple of people have mentioned that today, I think, so maybe after Shapeshift we could take a look. Being stuck with mental images like that is what helps you memorize stuff, so yeah. So we've got 5-7, 10-5, 5-7, excuse me, 14-5, 10-14, and then it's 15-6, 15-12. We should probably do that with the rules, right? So flat would be... So flat is odd serial digit, 5-7. Flat point is a lit MSA, and it's 14-5. Yeah, 14-5. Rule 3 is a DVI, and 10-14. Rule 4 is an unlit bob, and it's 15-6. Rule 5 is an unlit car, and it's 1512. Rule 6 is a lit IND, and I don't know the numbers yet. 8-1. Hey Rex. How am I planning to do exchange rates? Exchange rates is really easy. Exchange rates, I won't need to query the internet. I will be getting a red signal, which means all I need to do is remember the ISO letter, the relevant letter for each currency. And there's only like 20 of them. So it's actually a really small list in the end. If I go to foreign exchange here, this is all I need. Just this second bit here. So that is the entirety of the information I need to remember for foreign exchange. So how much would that be? It's 8, 24. Is it 31? 31 numbers. That's fine. The list of like actual ISO codes in reality is longer, but the module doesn't ask about all of them. When do I think I'll be done with this? Well, Silly's at work, right? I thought you guys were going to be doing this way later. But this will probably be 2 hours or so, I would think. I'm not quite sure. I usually just go until I'm tired. Yeah, I thought you guys were going to be doing this in like 6 hours from now. But yeah, I would say this is maybe like 2.5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So rule 6 is the lit IND. And we get 8-1. 8-1 is BL. BLIND. Blind. Will do, Rex. Rule 7 is a parallel. Nine. Entry 45, 10, 11, 11, 12. So the numbers so far, 5, 7, 14, 5, 10, 14, 15, 6, 15, 12, 8, 1, 2, 9, 10, 11, and 11, 12. Okay, and we've got odd serial, lit MSA, DVI, unlit Bob, unlit car, lit IND, parallel, RJ. I think that's all the numbers I know. But after that we should get a lit SND and a lit SIG. So lit SIG is 16-1. Okay. Okay, then we reach rule 11, val. Rule 11 is a val. Rule 12 is AA battery. We've got 16, 3 and 13, 4. TD inlet FIQ, 3, 6. Parallel port and RCA port go to the exact same things. That's kind of weird. This website is being very slow. Sorry, what just happened? Went back? What? So, parallel and RCA go to the same things. Stereo RCA. Is there a parallel port? Yeah, the yeses both go here. And the no's both go here. That's really weird. I'm just going to take 15 seconds to listen to, 19 seconds to listen to a voice message. Hang on. Okay, so having taken a minute to not look at this, let's minimize and see how much of that we can actually do. So rule 1 is an odd serial, 5, 7. A lit MSA, 14, 5. A DVI, 10, 14. An unlit Bob, 15, 6. An unlit car, 15, 12. A lit IND, hey, Animaveni. A lit IND is 8, 1. Parallel port is 2, 9. An RJ port Is it 10, 11? Let's hide the bottom of this table. And RJ port is 10, 11, okay. Rule 9 is the lit SND. Is that the one that's kind of like lit IND? 16.1? No, it's 11.12. It's 11.12 and then 16.1. Okay. Lit SND, lit SIG. 11.12, 16.1. And then rule 11 is a vowel in the serial. 16.3. Double A battery present. $13.4. Okay. Rule 13 is an unlit FRQ. I don't remember the numbers for unlit FRQ. 3.6. Okay. Rule 14, I want to say is a PS2 port and 2.9. No, it's PS2 port and 8.7. I guess it's the RCA that's 2.9. Yeah, okay, and it's on 15. So 14, PS2 port, 8.7. An RCA on 15, 2.9. What's the final rule? Don't remember. Just 3 plus batteries, okay. 13.4. Oh, that's interesting, because that's exactly the same as AA battery, which is nice, because they're themed. AA battery or 3 plus batteries. Alright, I think we could maybe hazard a go at Shapeshift. And while it's loading, I'm just going to pop off just for a second. I'll be back very soon.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
Alright, let's see how we get on with this then. So starting with ticket flat, that would be 13. Let's get rid of this. Rule 13 is an unlit FRQ. It's false, therefore we're going to 6. 6 is... oh, I need to track... God, I need to track the ones I've been to as well. Wow, okay. I think I can probably remember by conditions. Having to check the same condition twice will feel familiar. Okay, so... okay. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, no, that is right. Okay, so we go 13. I'm saying no to that, so we go to 6. 6 is a lit IND, which would be 8-1. We do have a lit IND, so we're going to 8. 8 is an RJ. We do not have that. What are the numbers for RJ? L29 10 11. So we don't have an RJ, so that's a no. So we're going to 11. 11 is vowel in the serial. We do have a vowel in the serial. Is that 16.3? I think so. So we do have a vowel in the serial, so we're going to 16. 16 is 3 plus batteries, which we do have. And that goes to L13, which is a FRQ. So I think we just submit this. Nice, okay. Nice, okay, well we should dump this and get some new edge work. But that worked. This is a really good manual page, I like this. Where has it gone? This page, this is a good page. Alright. Thanks, Marley. Thanks, Rex. I'm going to try another one.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
So flat ticket, that's 2. Flat point, excuse me, is 2. 2 is the first, it's the lit MSA. We do not have that. The numbers are 14, 5, so we're going to 5. 5 would be the unlit car. We have no indicators at all, okay. So the unlit car would be 15, 12, we're going to 12. 12 is a AA battery, which we do not have either, wow. That takes us to 4. 4 is an unlit bob we don't have. The numbers are 15, 6. 6 would be a lit IND we don't have. That takes us to 1. 1 is of course flat, everyone's favourite shape. Odd serial digit is not correct. Takes us to 7. 7 is parallel, which is amazingly not correct, even though we have nothing except for... oh, we do have AAs. I missed the AAs. Oh, that means I have to start this again. Gross. Okay. Flat ticket is... oh, did we reach Bob twice, actually? We did, didn't we? I missed a duplicate. I wonder if that will end up being the rule, since I do have AAs. No, we didn't hit Bob twice. Rule 2 is MSA. No, I think I was fine. Okay. Lit MSA. No. This takes us to
Emergency cleared. All
5.
personnel, please return to your
5 is a
stations.
lit car. An unlit car, excuse me, which is a no. Which gives us 12. 12 is the AAs. Which is a yes. Whoops. Which takes us to 13. 13 is an unlit FRQ, which is a no, which would take us to 6. 6 is a lit IND, which is a no, which takes us to 1. 1 is the odd serial digit, no, takes us to 7. 7 is parallel, no. Which takes us to 9. 9 would be the lit SND, that's a no. That's the one just before 16.1. That's 11.12, isn't it? So we get a no, we go to 12, and I've been to 12. So 12 would be round ticket, right? Nice. Oh, we got it. A bit of a hiccup, but no strikes. Okay, shapeshift is going on the profile. Fantastic. All right. Progress. What did we want to have a look at next? Oh, I missed this one back here. Matthew Henner says more maybe blackjack. Blackjack is also not on the Centurion, so we don't have to worry about that one. In fact, even poker, the first card one, was not on the Centurion. So who's on first is a possible option right now. Maybe we should take a look. Maybe we should take a look at how who's on first maps to third base. So these are our manual pages. If I look up yes, does NHXS appear everywhere that yes appears? Yep, okay. Is this just a safe assumption for everything? No, it's not. Okay. So what does first map to? Is it H68? If I put this into, let's see. Yeah, the only thing is that the I position at the top is different. Does that mean that IH6S maps to nothing? Yeah, it does. That almost feels like an error. Display maps to XYZ. No, display is one of the words that doesn't appear at the bottom. But ready does map to. So I guess it's just the lists themselves map. So whatever is like in row 6 on both of these will also share positions in the lists. These are different. Why are they different? That's so annoying. Semaphore and cards against, or modules against humanity are both things that I've been able to solo in the past. Hopefully they're both ones that shouldn't take too long to get on the Centurion. God, that's really annoying that the top bit doesn't map. Just making my job harder. I guess we should just learn who's on first, and then we can start trying to map it to third base. Okay, there are some that are kind of nice. So I already know C and C, they're easy to remember, bottom right. First is top right, OK is top right. Let's just get rid of ones that I can do. C is top right. They, there, and the... No, you, your, and your are all middle right. First is... No, first and OK are the ones at the top right. Ready is different. Ready is it bottom left? Or is ready just not one? Ready just isn't one. Okay. The ones with double E in the center are the same. That's nice. So double E is bottom left. Which is nice. E is the 5th position. 5th letter, 5th position. The four theirs, or there and they are, go clockwise alphabetically in these bottom four. So starting at the top right, there's there, and then bottom right is there, and then their apostrophe is bottom left, and they are is top left. That's nice. The other two double word ones are bottom right. You know, I should really look at what manuals exist before I start trying to do stuff. I don't find that particularly helpful. No, I guess I do. Yeah, we should probably do that. What about who's on first? Optimized. How do you optimize this? Oh, I see. That is the only top left one. Interesting. Okay, I guess that's nice. He shortened the list to all that's necessary. Hey, yes, web design has not been done yet. No. So UR is the only top left one. That's memorable. Red and red are both middle right. In a sense, you could also say that the blank know nothing group goes clockwise alphabetically as well. So top right blank, no. You gotta use your imagination for that one. We'll just say it's not, and then nothing. I don't see much memorable in these last. I suppose you could say that display and say kind of rhyme. Alright, I guess we'll just see how I do with this. So I guess I'll just try and test myself against this list. Some of these aren't on the positionals though. But we'll see. So ready isn't one, right? First is top right. No is bottom right. Blank is top, middle right. Nothing is middle left. Yes is middle left. No, it's not. Yes is. Yeah, no, yes is middle left. What doesn't have one? Doesn't have one. Left doesn't have one. Right. Okay is top right. I think all the positional ones aren't even here. It's kind of difficult to test myself with these. I guess we can just run some who's on first and see how we go. Oh, this is... The vanilla's just at the end here.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
So obviously we're not doing the list right now, I'm just going to look at these. So bottom left, top right, middle right, bottom right, middle left. Let's just double check those. So I said middle left, hopefully I said bottom left for that. C is top right, U is middle right, lead is bottom right, they are is middle left. Okay, let's try that again.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
Read. So bottom left, says is bottom right. Hold on is bottom right. You are is bottom right. And read red. Is that middle right? Yeah, okay.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
So there is middle right. Yours middle right. LED is middle left. There is bottom right. First is top right. No, I got there wrong. No, did I? No, I didn't. Okay. And then first is top right. Left. And I said yours middle right. Cool. Alright, this position seemed good. really don't know what to do about these lists. Obviously a couple of them are just kind of nice. Left is just right, left. It's just You are is done, you are. Your is just you and your. What is just what. If they don't appear at the end of their line, how many entries are there? So for first, or it doesn't end at first, you get 9. Hold. Yeah, you get 9. So it's 9 if they don't appear in their own list. Okay. How many rows are there? 2, 3, 4, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. We have 28 rows. I'm wondering whether there's a sensible way to assign just a letter of the alphabet to each of them. With maybe like what just is a question mark or something. And then make sentences. I don't know, that seems maybe too abstract. I think someone did that. You mean give each of them a letter? Hey, Miranda. It's possible. I don't know if there's a particularly nice way to give them all a letter. I don't know, maybe that is the way to go. Is there a nice way to just copy this one column? Okay, let's make sure I've not missed anything. Blank done, first hold, left like middle, next no nothing, okay. Press ready, right show you. Wait, what? Yes, you. You. Okay, so. Oop, how did that happen? Two aren't going to get letters of the alphabet, so I'm wondering whether... Hey Popo. There's 2 vanillas on the Centurion. But even if who's on first doesn't end up being one, I need to know third base anyway. And this maps directly to third base, near enough. So I might as well learn it. Otherwise I would just reroll for bombs that had a who's on first on them. Vanilla Maze is one that I might reroll against. So because 2 don't get letters, I'm wondering whether no should just still be no. Like I wonder if while building sentences that having no or like not can get used or what? That's supposed to be X. Future, okay, excellent. So what do I still need to assign? B, C, D. So E, G, J, R, S, T. I guess that can be T. Yes, should definitely be Y. Let's get rid of that. So I should have 6 letters left over. I've got V, W. Should just be those. I've given neither of my W words W. One, two, three, four, five. So E, G, J, T, V have to go into these last ones. T, and then G, J, T. G and J. Okay, a lot of those I think are fairly sensible letters. No, Vanilla Maze is harder than 3D Maze because 3D Maze does not require you to actually learn the maze structures. You only have to be able to recognize 0, 0 and be able to find a cardinal. That's it. So for 3D Maze, I didn't learn the layouts hardly at all. For Vanilla Maze, I guess I would have to learn completely the layouts, which I've tried to do before and kind of got one done, but even found that one quite hard. And it was probably the most straightforward maze. Remembering wall locations doesn't sit with me very well. I don't learn that information well. Okay. I'm going to try and remember the letters that these represent.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
So no is just no. First is F. Left is L. Wait. I think is W. Yep. Nothing is N. Yeah, okay. And UHHH is C. YOU is V. UR is A. Is J. U is U. Like is K. What question mark is a question mark? Is G. YOU is V. Your is R. No, your T. Sure is S. U is U. Next is next X? Yeah, it is. Is C. Right is R. Oh no, ready is R. Ready and right. Right. So right is I. Yes is Y. Wait is W. No is no. Press is P. Your is T. You is U. Hold H. Is G. Next is X. Is J.
All available experts, please report to room
I should
A9.
try and do the positions as well. So says is bottom right. Y, D, apostrophe, no. E, U, question X. Your is middle right. Yep. C, L. No, B, R, and T. UR is top left. OK is O. Nothing is N. Right is I. Middle is M. Blank is B and no is no. LED is middle left. Wait is W. Press is P. Middle is M. What is T? Ready is R. Yes is Y. And UR is bottom right. Blank is B. Wait is W. Ready is R. Middle is M. What is T? UHHH is C. Okay. So now I need to do like sentences. Wait, right, okay, middle blank. I don't know if right now I'm in the mindset to come up with 28 sentences. Sure, S, Q, R, U, E. Okay, so I do need to come up with something to help remember these sequences. Yeah, and in the German one, oh my god, I have to learn the German one, don't I? I think that also directly maps to this. Who's on first? So again, I think all I need to do is learn the pairs. And then I can do that one as well. Yeah, learning vanilla who's on first I think lets me do 3 modules, right? Because I do this one if it appears, and then I can do German who's on first, and I can do third base as well. I think coming up with these sentences is probably something I'm going to do off camera. Because I don't know if I can think of sentences for these right now. So this, I think this is going to get continued, not on stream. Which means I might just do something else small to finish up. What would be a relatively small module to do? Also, what did we do today? We did shapeshift. A couple of people have mentioned bitwise operations. So that could be just a nice small one to finish up here. I've learned vanilla Morse. I can do the Morse reading. I don't know the transmit numbers, although that's not a bad one. I remember Lieutenant Hummus a long time ago came up with a sentence for remembering the Morse words, and I knew it for a very brief period. I don't remember it now. Beats is 600. I know that. I think shell is the one where you just submit it as shell 505 or 500. I don't even remember now. No, that'll need relearning. It's not a bad one though. That'll be a fast module. So bitwise should be quite nice. Especially since some of these I think I can just guarantee label as true or false. More modules than starting time in minutes is true. Number of modules divisible by 3 is false. Even number of modules is false. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so bit 1 is no AAs and some Ds. It's got batteries followed by ports, so no AAs and the presence of D batteries. Nothing else is about not having anything, I don't think. It's just that first one. Is anything directly contradictory? 2 or more batteries, less than 2 batteries. I don't think so. Okay, so no AA batteries and at least one D battery. A parallel port, or is it just 3 or more ports? And then a lit NSA. 2 battery holders or more. And then we just get a yes and lit bob. So no AAs, 1 or more Ds. Parallel or 3 ports, 3 or more ports. Lit NSA, 2 or more battery holders. A yes and a lit bob. And that's the nice rule. More than one lit, more than one unlit. No and an odd. Okay, so yes and a lit bob. More than one lit, more than one unlit. No and odd serial. And then we get to the less than things. Less than 2D batteries or no. And less than 4 ports, 2 more batteries. Less than 2 Ds and no. Less than 4 ports. So the bottom 2 on the left both cross over the top 2 on the right by like exactly 1. So if you've got exactly 1 D battery, you get true on both those rules. If you have exactly 3 ports, you trigger yes on both those rules. Ports. 1 or fewer D batteries, 3 or fewer ports. Then 2 more batteries. Okay, let's see if we can do a connection check, I guess then. One of the nice things about connection check is like the order of the questions is always the same, so it's not like did I say connection check? I meant Bitwise. Just practicing this will definitely get you into a flow. It's not like a module like Logic, for example, where you only get asked about
All available
6 particular
experts, please
letters or
report to
fewer,
room
where it could be
A9.
any random one that comes up. I always go through this in the exact order. Okay, so no double A's or at least 1 D. Yep. So that's the batteries. The ports is a parallel or 3. Nope. And then the other stuff would be a lit NSA. Nope. Or 2 or more battery holders. Nope. And then we get a point. And then it's... Ooh, do we get a point yet? Let's just go with that. Point or lit bob. And then more than one lit, more than one unlit. And then we get no or an odd serial, which is yes. And then we get 1 or fewer D batteries or no, which is yes. And then we get 3 or fewer ports, which is yes, and there would have been 2 or more batteries in the last slot. Nice. I think I'm happy with that. So, yeah, I guess that goes on the profile. Bitwise. Alright, so we've put 2 modules on. We've taken a look at who's on first. I think that needs some work off camera. So I'll let you guys know how I'm getting on with that. There's a few things right now that I'm just needing to build sentences for off camera. So hexamaze is one, adjacent letters is one. And who's on first is one. So yeah, I'll if modules are ready to start being practiced, then I'll save those for stream and we'll go through them. But yeah, I think that's gonna do me for this stream. So thank you for watching, everyone. How many have we got on the profile now? Is it 30? I think that makes it 34. 18 plus 16. Yeah, we're 34 modules in now. In fact, does that actually include... That also doesn't have FMN on it. So 35 modules are done. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time to move on to the next thing. So thank you for watching, everyone, and we'll catch you next time. Oh, just before I go, Rex says hang on. Oh yeah, what's actually happening, Rex? On the hour. Okay, cool. So in 40 minutes time, there are going to be viewer bombs with Rex and Xmaster. So if you want to come and have a chance at actually doing some bombs live on air with Rex and Xmaster, then stick around and we'll be going live at 1 PM PDT or 4 PM EDT, which is yeah, that's 8 o'clock British time, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's 40 minutes time from now. There should be an announcement in Discord as well for that. But yeah, catch you guys later. Enjoy the viewer bombs, and I'll see you for Centurion solo stuff maybe tomorrow. I'll be streaming something tomorrow. It could be this. It could possibly be Warzone, I don't know, we'll see. Bye everyone.